Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Coco in the Sun podcast. I'm your host, Malika Critchlow. A very, what rhythm it is today? Very content to be here today. I'm content, more or less. So today I'm just trying to enjoy my breath, enjoy the action of breathing, of tasting the air, how it feels in my body, taking it in, exhaling it, and the gift that that is. This helps me to slow down and it contributes to my grounding and relaxing, helps me to remain calm and find peace. So today, that's been what I've been trying to do. Of course, I'm not able to maintain it the whole day, but I did start off the morning like that. And every time I remember, I try to come back to that. So, yeah. So today is July 4th, Independence Day. I'm so happy I was able to do a podcast today. I wasn't sure if I was going to do it today or some other day on the weekend or Monday, but I'm glad I got to do it today. Just wanted to chat with everybody. I have 50 new subscribers. I'm very, very grateful for. Like, who knew I would get to 50? 50 is great. 50 is like, you know, I never thought. I never thought. So I'm very grateful for anybody that subscribes and looks at the podcast, listens to it, checks it out on YouTube. Very, very grateful. I mean, 50 subscribers on YouTube. So very grateful to you. Um, but yeah, so today I've just been enjoying my breath, like I said, and I think I want to spend some time thinking about freedom. So freedom to me kind of equates to independence and what that means to me. Freedom of time, freedom to be, freedom to follow my passions, to do what I want to do with my life. These things, I haven't really sat down with it today, but I think I want to spend some time doing that this afternoon and stuff like that. So, what I wanted to really share today was I had a dream earlier this week. I wasn't sure, I'm still not sure if the dream was symbolic, if it was just clearing out my thoughts for the day, or if it was prophetic. I'm still figuring out these things and um not 100% sure. Especially as a lot of the dreams that I've had that I've thought were showing me things to come have not come through yet. So I'm not sure if they're symbolic or prophetic, but they do feel different when they are, when I think they're prophetic. Only because they're so specific and um and in this time then like so this it's so when I'm having like symbolic dreams, it's usually things that are imaginary that or fantastical sometimes um or things that don't match, right? The things change really quickly, like a car will change into a bicycle, to park, like stuff like that. So when I think of prophetic dreams, it usually has people that I know, places that I know, or I'm told something in the dream by someone that I know, or I hear it clairaudiently. Um, regarding like this time that I'm living in now. So, like I said, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, I had a dream this week and it kind of gave some insight on what possibly is to come and how to manage it. And if it is to come to pass, I just want to share it in case it could help someone else. You might have different instructions that you're supposed to do. I'm not sure everybody has the same instructions, right? So everybody has their own intuition and their own guides and teachers showing them, what's best for them. And you should always listen to, well, I think you should always listen to that, to your inner guidance and stuff like that. But I didn't know. So I think this guidance is for me if this thing should occur. So I wanted to share it with everybody in case it could help you too, and you're getting similar guidance, so it resonates with you, and stuff like that. So I'll share it. And it wasn't meant to be scary. It was just meant to kind of guide me. Um, Again, if the situation occurs. It could also be symbolic and they're trying to tell me something about an aspect of myself that I am needing to know about, be aware of, or heal. So um that's also a possibility. But it didn't feel like that. Um, right? So I'll share that dream. So basically it showed me that the bill um that passed this week, that bill would affect a lot of people's incomes and basic needs being met. It didn't show me how. I really haven't looked at the bill very closely, so I'm not sure all that the bill contains. And the dream didn't classify like what aspect of the bill. Oh, sorry, guys. Actually causes this. It just shows that if it did pass, that it would cause many people's basic needs not to be met, specifically of food needs. And this would lead to people having to resort to, um, you know, drastic needs to meet their needs, right? So what it got it looked very like, so it's like visual, but like I was getting thoughts too. So visually it looked very dark and like people were going into other people's homes and taking what they needed, while people were there. So it was a bit violent. It didn't show violence, but you knew it was like violence. It kind of gave the feeling of that movie, The Purge, a little bit. I haven't seen The Purge because I've never looked at it because I always knew that it would be too heavy for me. Also, I don't like to look at things because I feel like if like that, because it could, embed in your psyche and then you could create the reality. So I've never looked at the page. But for some, based on like the ads and stuff I've seen for it, it kind of gave the feeling of the purge. It just looked like a very dark street, people running around chaotically and taking what they need from other people. Um, it didn't show this happening to me specifically. It was like I was looking at it. And it was very quick. So I wasn't looking at it for a very long time, but I understood that this was occurring because everybody's needs were not being met and basic needs like food, right? And then also the thought that came to mind in the dream was like with the French Revolution, how they didn't have enough to eat. We're not sure if Mary Antoinette said let them eat cake. I'm not sure that's true. But basically, it was a concern that the people were not getting enough to eat, right? So that kind of thought in my dream came into my thought space. I don't know if this was communicated telepathically or not. So it was showing that because this was like a similar situation where people's basic needs weren't being met and they would have to um, do what they had to do to get their needs met. This would make it unsafe for everyone, So it wasn't a case of I have, so I'm okay. You couldn't make yourself safe in that way because other people didn't have, they would do drastic things to get it if you had it. So the guidance in the dream after like seeing it, just they didn't let me see it for a very long time. It was very quick, but I understood that it was like similar to how the people didn't have food and their needs met in the French Revolution. It's very chaotic. And a lot of people running around in the dark and outside. I understood that I was to share what I had with those that I knew needed. If I food, it was really focused on food and people being able to have enough food. So it showed me that if I shared what I had to people that didn't have money to buy food or they didn't have enough food, that this would help decrease the chaos and the drastic methods that took place to get what they needed. This would help. It didn't have me feeding millions of people. It had me just if I could feed one person that needed food or one family that needed food, and I had enough to buy groceries for them, or it showed me like a farmer's market where I kind of paid out for the stall and I let everyone come take what they needed. I didn't have to tell anybody or regulate anybody to take only what they needed to make sure everyone got. It was like everybody knew to take enough so that they were fed, but to also to share and leave for others. It also showed me other instance where I did not have like the funds to buy out like a market stall or a farmer's market like food stall, but I could pay for like one person that I saw that didn't have money to buy food. I could buy all that they needed, and I did that. So basically, the guidance was to share as much as you can to make sure um, that anybody that you knew that you could have helped that didn't have food, that you made sure that you helped them to get food, that you shared what you had, or you helped them get the food. That was like really important to help um, keep communities calm. So I don't know if this will come to pass or not, but if it does, and you can help others be fed and have groceries and have food or their basic needs met, I hope that you do so. Like you have to follow your heart and what resonates with you. Um, and if this doesn't resonate with you, that's fine too. That means that your part is a different part, and it's just as important as this part. Everybody has their part to play, right? So I do. So that was it. That was the dream essentially. It was not a very long dream. It was not very fast, but it was very intense and clear that it was weird too because I didn't think, oh, I still don't think, I don't know like how this bill affects everybody's food needs and basic needs fully. I know it affects insurance like Medicaid and Medicare, and I know it affects SNAP benefits. Um, but I think it's going to affect a lot more people and ways that they're not thinking of yet. Possibly. That's what the dream show. I was kind of surprised that it led to such chaos, this one bill. But that's what the dream showed. It doesn't mean that it's correct. But I think it's possibly correct because it was so specific to the time that I'm living in. Um, so if it doesn't happen, I'm so happy. Because that would be a stressful time. But if it does happen, um, please share if you can, if it resonates with you, if you feel like sharing, to help keep the situation a lot calmer and safer for all. Just because your specific needs are met doesn't it should me doesn't make you safe. What makes everybody safe is that everybody's need is met. So a lot of community services and helping is what helps keep the community calm and safe and peaceful. That in this instance, hoarding and just looking out for yourself actually doesn't keep you safe. That caring for others and sharing is actually what keeps us in a safer, calmer, peaceful community. That's what that's what I understood. Um, so it doesn't show that that actually quelled the whole thing. It just showed me that that helped keep where I was in a better space. I do think some of it does have to play out in certain parts of the world because we have to learn from it. We have to learn that probably being selfish isn't the way, and sharing and caring about everyone's needs is. I think this is the lesson France probably learned in their revolution. Because if you look at France, they have the really good healthcare, really good education, and they try to meet a lot of the needs of the citizens. Because if you have healthy citizens, then your nation is strong. I think this is a lesson um, that we're going to learn. And to be fair, America is new if you compare it to the countries of Europe and how long they took to learn their own lessons. So we can't compare. I'm not going to compare the two. It looks like you do have to learn through your own experiences what it's looking like and not from history. It appears to be that that's what's going on, that we actually have to experience it in order to correct course, I suspect. So I think it does have to happen so that we learn from it and not to make the same mistakes again, but we can help um, lower the intensity of it by sharing and making sure everyone that we're around, that we can help, that we do help. So it didn't show stocking up in a major way. Um, but that's not a bad thing. I don't think, to stock up as to leave the groceries empty. But if you get buy a little extra bag of rice, a few more cans of vegetables, things that last long, dry fruits, if you can grow your own little garden, stuff like that can help you have and share with others. So just think of it that way. I don't think it needs to be a panic thing. But like every time you go to the grocery, just get a little extra bag of rice, a little extra bag of flour, that kind of thing. So it's not um going to leave the shelves empty, but you just incrementally just have a little extra so that you will have and you can share. It's important to share with others. So I think I've been really somber this week. This week has been a somber. I was so happy on Monday. I think I had a dream probably Monday night, Tuesday. So, it's been a really somber week for me. Having the emotions, thinking about possibilities, anxieties, a lot of deep breathing and asking for help from my guides and angels to help me find peace and release these anxieties and fears. So I'm not always bubbly. I do have my moments, which I think is normal. It's normal for what we have to move through to get to the other side. I do understand that there is another side to this, that this makes things better in the end. It leads to better outcomes, better living, um, a better world. But I think these are just the lessons we learn as we get there. So I don't know. Hopefully I'm wrong and we don't have to have that experience. We can find love without having to to do that, to go through that. But if not, if we do need to learn this lesson this way, because this is the way that it really resonates and ensures that we don't make the same mistakes in the future, or that we change course, that we see how others' needs affect our needs, and it's not separate, that it is connected, that we are connected, um, then then we have to learn it the best way that we can. So that's what I wanted to share with everyone. Um, so we'll see one day at a time. I know that I looked up like how long it will take for the bill to actually take effect, and they said it's the budget for starts October 1st, 2025 to September 2026. So we probably will see the changes in that time, which means we still have a little time to correct course. We don't have to do it. Or to start making sure that we have enough that we can share with others, if that's the case. So there's enough time to incrementally do these things. Also understood too that during that time to try to stay inside as much as I can. It doesn't say not to go outside because I guess I would have to go outside to share with others. So if I'm going to get stuff for myself, uh, for my needs, to do so, but to also think of others while I'm doing that. So it doesn't say to stay inside the whole time, but it does say to be cautious and to stay in as much as I can, not to be out there too much. So sorry, guys. That's what I got. So it's not supposed to be I wouldn't say it's supposed to be a bad thing. It's supposed to lead to good things, basically, at the end of that. That it's not the end of the world and life as we know it. It leads to a better world and a better life as we know it. So trying to hold that space, have that faith, have that trust, um, have that trust and trusting the process, which is a job in itself. It's not very easy to do. It's really easy to panic, to want to solve it with your human mind. And I think like I understood that I wasn't to do that, that I wasn't, because I started thinking, oh, corporations could start already. Costco could start doing these things and offering these things. It would be so great if they just did blah, blah, blah. I understood I wasn't supposed to do that, that I was to just say what I am to say, that is to share everyone, if you can, with whoever you can, that you are able to, not to your own detriment either, right? Um, and that was it. That was just a lesson. I don't know if it's connected to the clairaudient message I got the last time when I said each one love one. If that means to share with one, if each person shared with one person in love, um, then that would make sure everyone's needs met and nobody is like um overwhelmed with the needs of many others as well. So as many people as there are that can share makes it easier for just a few, right? So the more people that share, the easier it'll be for everybody. I have no idea if it's linked to the each one love one. I didn't get that message. But I could see how it could be. But that's just my human mind thinking. That was not the message that I got. It was just share if you can, share with who you can, when you can. And it showed like food, like sharing food. I can't imagine a world that's that crazy that everybody's needs are not met like food wise. But I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes your dreams are worse than the things that actually occur. So I don't know. I just know that I'm supposed to share this with whoever resonates with. And that was my guidance to share. Um, what else I want to share with you guys? So, in my quiet time, I do, um, you could say it's prayers or intentions. But I do, you know, share that I would like with my guides and angels for everyone's needs to be met abundantly, for everyone to experience love, for there to be peace for everyone. Only, of course, if they allow it and accept it and give permission for it through Source, through their own guides and angels in the best way for them. But I do ask for that for the world, for peace, for love, for food needs to be met, for all needs to be met. I also ask for blessings and miracles for all. Only, of course, if they want it, if they accept it through Source and their relationship with Source, through their guides and angels in the best way for them, if it's for the highest good and the highest good of all. So I do that. I don't know if anybody wants to also do that as well. Um, I have a funny way of how I do it. I don't know if it's like silly, but I would say the word as many times as I can, without losing breath. So if it's love, I'm asking them to say love, 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 love. As many times as I can, I say love. Then I say to all through Source, through their guides and angels. If they give permission, accept it and allow it. If it's for the highest good and the highest good of all, to them. So if it's peace, I do peace, 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 peace. I try to fill up the world with peace with my words of peace or my words of love or my words of food for all or abundant needs for all. I do it like repeatedly. I think I saw it on a video once where they had said if everyone just said the word love out in the world like 35 times a day, about 35 times, it would fill the world with so much love. I have no idea if that's video is true or not, but I do that. I do that all the time with needs or wants that I have for the world. Um, but I always preface it with, because, it's based on anyone's permission for what they want for themselves and what they allow and accept, because everyone has their own sovereignty, and don't want to ever override anyone's sovereignty or anything like that, right? Um, yeah. So I just wanted to share that's also how I do my little requests for the world, my little intentions or wishes, wants for the world. Um, yeah. Other than that, what else has been going on? Other than that, I've been grounding myself. Oh, so I wanted to go to the beach like last week because I felt like I needed a salt water like cleansing, like in the ocean. Um, and I wasn't able to go. But today we have a lot of rain in Miami for Independence Day. And I just went out in the rain. I was dealing with my plants too while I was out there, but went out in the rain to enjoy the elements. And after I came in, I felt like so rejuvenated. So I think rain baths or rain showers are also another way that I can do renewal. Like I don't always have to go to the ocean, and I'd never thought about rain showers. So that's kind of cool because I could do it right up home. I don't have to drive to do it. I still want to go to the beach and do the salt bath. But I'm just saying, like, I have um a new little tool in my repertoire to help with reviving and rejuvenating and refreshing myself. So I don't know if anyone else has tried the rain shower going out. And it was heavy rain. It was heavy rain. Generally, I like to walk in like light drizzles. Like if I'm going for a walk and it's drizzling, I love that because I also feel like that's giving me some form of a blessing. But the rain was heavy and it was so cleansing, so healing, so rejuvenating, regenerating, and refreshing. And I'm so glad that I found this new thing to do. May not be new to everybody, but I'm learning new things about myself this way. So I have a new thing that I like to do. Um, so that's new. And what else? Yeah, personally, just trying to ground and find things in my daily life that soothe me. So I noticed today that I really enjoyed the Just Like That episode, season 3, episode 6. It was a really good one on forgiveness and acceptance of yourself and of others. It was a really good episode. I really enjoyed this episode. I would say the first episode for this season, I was like, what is going on? It looked very amateurish. I think maybe they were giving new people a chance to, um, I suspect, I don't know, to be part of the process. But it's not to get better by episode 2. I'm glad I stuck with it. But I would have, because I enjoyed Sex and the City. I enjoyed both movies. So I would have still like followed through and see where it led. So really glad that I did. Episode 6 is, I found it to be quite beautiful. Um, and enjoying a little bit of Carrie's depth a little bit more. So that's grounding me. I have a guilty pleasure of the Real Housewives. Not all of them, but I love the Real Housewives of Miami. I've always loved the Real Housewives of because I live in Miami. But they are a good they're a good franchise, man. Miami really brings it. So these human things, right? Because I think a lot of my time is spent trying um to heal and see things from a higher perspective. Which I'm not always able to do. But also I want to enjoy things from a human perspective, right? That balance of both, I think that it's the infinity symbol being in the middle. I'm human. I'm also trying to learn more about my higher aspects, and I'm in the middle with both. So that's why I try to find as many things as I enjoy in this space, right? In this physical reality. So the guilty pleasure is Real Housewives of Miami. I also check out Atlanta, although it hasn't been that great since Nene left. I didn't look at it for a few years, but this year I cut out so many shows that I just couldn't tolerate anymore. I went back to Atlanta. So Atlanta is okay, but Miami is really, really good. Um, so that helps me ground to this space and this time. And I know it's not perfect, um, but I enjoy it. Not all the negativity or not when they do mean things to each other, but the human aspect of trying to understand each other, expressing probably not in the best way, but still wanting to be heard and seen and accepted, and how that plays out throughout the season. Um, Sometimes I get caught up and I get a little judgmental. Why did she do that? That was so mean, but I can step out of it sometimes and be like, well, she's in this space, she wants to fit in. Um, you know, these group of girls have networking that could probably help her. They'd go to social events that she'd have fun at. So all these things I'm able to, it helps me. It helps me grow, I think, as a person to see real life human behavior. It may not be real life. Maybe some of it is instigated by production, but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. That's one of the human things I'm enjoying now. That just like that, and just like that. I'm trying to think what other shows that I'm looking forward to. Those three I kind of check out for the week. Then I can my little YouTube channels that are helping, if I could tolerate it, what's going on in the how to process what's going on right now. So those help as well. Sometimes my solfeggio frequencies I listen on YouTube, they help. Sometimes I listen to sound baths, they help. Um, Eating foods that I make. So I'm finding that I don't really like buying food. I've said this before that much anymore. I really like cooking at home, foods that I like. Sometimes it's foods from my childhood. Sometimes it's new things that I found while I was here. I do like to buy sometimes rare, but not rare. But I like food from certain places where it feels more, less chemicals and more like actual fruit. So food's helping me to ground. It's always been something that helps me ground. I'm somebody that likes pepper sauce and spicy food, and I think my stomach told me this week in my dreams. Why? I just feel like the communication is coming by dreams, maybe because I'm last resistant. Or I can hear the information clearer, but I wish I could hear it in my wake time. I understood that no more spicy food. Like I'm putting my stomach through some changes when I do that. The stomach was like, I didn't see this, how I understood it was coming from my stomach, and it was like, please be kind to me. So I have to put down the spicy food, just because my mom had bought me 3 bottles of pepper sauce when she came this year, which I have been like very like careful with because I want to stretch. Yeah, so I take it easy on the spicy foods for me. It's been a message. And also like to try to eat foods that are gluten free. This came like months ago to help my digestion as well. Um, so yeah, so grounding foods, shows that I like, going for walks also help me, talking to friends and family, and enjoying that space. So I spoke to my aunt this week, which was really lovely. I think a few weeks ago, I spoke with my friend this week. A few weeks ago, I spoke with 2 of my friends on the same day. These things add joy to this physical reality. So these are things that I need to do, um, to help ground me here and not have me, in the clouds all the time. But everything in balance, right? So that's what's going on. What else did I learn again from my dreams? So my dreams are like personal things. I'm not sure if it's for everybody, but it did show me again that I think last week I shared that it showed me need to open up to life and my passions. I still don't understand how to fully do that yet. And but it showed me, this recently, that I was not, um fully enjoying life. And how it showed me it was I was at a beach, a pebbled beach, not a sandy beach. I was standing on top of a chair as the waves came in, and the waves looked big further out, but as they came to shore, they were smaller and manageable. And that I was on the chair because I didn't want my feet to get wet because I was afraid the water was going to be cold. But I wanted to find if it was warm. But I just was too scared to find out. Like I just wouldn't risk it because what if it is cold? Um, but I wanted so much to play in the water because I could see a family member playing in the water and having the best time, having the absolute. She wasn't in a deep set and she was like probably waist deep and just splashing and having a good time. And I wanted to check it out. Um, but I just wouldn't put my foot in because I was afraid it was going to be cold. First, I was on top of the chair because I was afraid the waves were too big. But then the waves came closer to shore where I was, and it wasn't big when it got close to shore. And then at that point, I was like, yeah, I want to put my foot in, but I was scared because I thought it was going to be the water was going to be cold. And I was like, I wonder if it's warm. Look at how she's playing. What if it's warm? I want to play in it if it's warm. But I just wouldn't get down and check it out. So I don't know what aspect of my life is like that, that I'm not putting my foot in and trying to see if it's fun to play in. What am I not playing with that I'm scared to? I think it has to do with men, um, and being hurt in that way or being rejected in that way. I only think that now as I'm talking to you because I didn't know what it was referring to. Because I think everything else I do, like the podcast, I do it. I've been writing little stories, sending to uh, agents and literary agents and publishing, and nothing comes back. But I'm not afraid of the rejection. I still send it out. So I don't think it's the rejection with my passions because I do them, even though I'm not like successful at them. I still do them because I enjoy doing it. So I think it may have to do with love and men, but I don't think I have the opportunities anyway to explore it. Um, and put my toes in to see if it's warm. Don't know. Still figuring it out. But I do know there's an aspect of my life that I'm not fully open to and I want to play, but I'm scared that it's cold. That's what it showed me. So I have to ask my guides and angels to show me how to play in it, how to jump in, what aspect of my life I need to jump into. Anyway, that's all I got for this week so far. So last week it was each one love one. So I hope that helps. And then this week is, if there comes a time where basic needs are not met for everyone and everyone does not have food, to please share if you can with others. This helps to also keep you safe. It doesn't just mean that they are safe, it helps you too. Um, so that's what I got this week. So we'll see if anything happens or not. If nothing happens, we'll be at peace and one day at a time. So, wishing everyone, if they want it, love and peace and harmony and clarity as to what's best for them, their own guidance. Wishing you, um, communication with your own guidance so you know what's best for you and how to maneuver. Because I haven't gotten any guidance to leave where I'm at yet or any opportunities that allow for that. So I don't know. I guess I'm supposed to stay here and trusting that, I'm hoping um that I develop my trust more. I'm wishing that for anyone that wants to do that too. Trusting the process and knowing that it's all for your best. And if you don't know what to do, to be still until you know. Sometimes you don't need to do anything yet. Like you'll know in the best time and trusting that too, that divine timing that you'll know. You'll know when the time comes. So that's where I'm at. Okay, guys. So wishing you guys really a great week, a great independence. Wishing you more freedom to be yourself and to be, if that's what you want for yourself. Um, if you guys have any guidance that you want to share, please share it with me or with us, you know. I think this was the second time that I got a dream that kind of told me what was coming. But I know that I heard a lot about this on Ann Tucker's channel. So I don't know if you guys want to check that out. She talks a lot about what her angels are telling her um, about what's coming and how to move through this time in the best way for you. Like she gives a lot of advice from her angels on how to process that. So I don't know if you want to check out her channel. as well. So all the best, guys. I'll see if I do another one Monday. I don't know. I hope so. I like doing these podcasts. Hopefully, I can do another one Monday if I have something to share. I think of something to share. Okay. Have a great day. Bye.